Brandon here, and time for the episode of SexxxPerTease. Today's question is, how can you successfully be friends with benefits with an ex? Personally, I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's just so messy and complicated, and it's like, you can find other people out there besides an ex to be friends with benefits with, but it happens. Some people just don't want to add more bodies to their roster, or they're too lazy to go out there and meet someone new, or they're scared or whatever, so it just feels so much easier to just fall back into bed with an ex and former flame. And honestly, I feel like if you do go this route, the only way it will ever really work is if you are fully over them. Yeah, I just don't even see you in that way anymore. There's no old feelings. There's no passion, chemistry. Well, I feel like you need that for great sex though, but I feel like it's just gonna be sex. And I feel like it's also really hard to avoid that, because it's like you both would have to feel the same way, and it's like you can't control what feelings you might feel later down the road, especially if you are consistently seeing each other, if you are doing passionate sex with each other, and if it is still old feelings could be uncovered. It's like you can't control how your heart feels, so it's really impossible to prevent yourself from catching feelings for an ex again. But I feel like literally the only way you could ever successfully be friends with benefits with an ex is if you know, yeah, I just do not ever see you in that capacity ever again. So unless you know 100% I would never date this person ever again, go for it. And maybe something did happen where it's they betrayed you, they hurt you, and you just felt yeah, I will never put myself in that position again to allow this person to have that type of access to me, or potentially betray me in that way again. Then maybe you can successfully find a way to be friends with benefits, and you both just have to be on the same page. And also just feel like you don't want to be involved in any messy situation where it's you both are definitely single, unattached, not seeing other people, because I feel like that also might cause some potential drama if you they're kind of seeing someone and it's going to turn into a relationship. It's going to be you're going to get cut off because they're dating someone new, and it's just kind of that weirdness of your ex is now dating somebody new. That's just and you're getting rejected so they can pursue that new person. And I kind of feel like that's literally what happens in all friends with benefits situation. It lasts until you both just get bored with each other, or you both move on to somebody else, or one person moves on to somebody else. So just kind of you're gonna potentially have to cut it off again. So it's kind of another breakup you're going through with each other, because eventually you're gonna have to end it. It's not gonna last forever. You're gonna want to move on to something new, they're gonna move on to something new, and then that also could cause potential drama with each other, such as jealousy, fighting, past bitterness, and betrayal of hurt. So that's also another reason why it's such a bad idea to pursue this type of sexual relationship with an ex. But again, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So the best way to avoid it is to know you never want to date them again. You don't see them in that way anymore. You just enjoy them for the sex. I feel with my last relationship, I could possibly, I wouldn't want to be friends with benefits with my ex-boyfriend, but I kind of feel I just know after everything I went through with them, I would never date you again. That chapter is closed. The sex was always enjoyable, so I feel I could have sex with them and not catch feelings again, but I also just feel I wouldn't want to, because I don't want to keep my exes in my life. I want to move on to someone new. So personally speaking, I would just rather find somebody new than go back to somebody old. But here we are in your predicament. So know that you are done with them in a loving capacity, and just enjoy it for no strings attached. But that also probably means no lingering, no cuddling, no catching up with each other. Though if you are friends with benefits, I feel you are going to share what's going on in your life, what's new with you. But I kind of feel that kind of keeps it in a weird predicament where you might end up catching feelings, because it's you're back in that lovey-dovey pillow talking stage. It's kind of you need to just keep it at hook up, okay, get just leave, things you both came. No lingering, no pillow talk, no cuddling, nothing that can potentially get those feelings stirred back up. And then it's no matter what you do, you still can't control what is going to happen. So you can't control if they might catch feelings, and you can't control if you might catch feelings. So you definitely are playing a dangerous game with this, but maybe you might be open to getting back together in the future. But I feel like if you really, really want to be friends with an ex, it definitely just has to be an ex that you know, like, the door is closed. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. So you just need to move the fuck on and make sure that it's just a mutual decision. We no longer like each other in this way. If the past is the past, maybe it's like an old ex from like many, many years ago where you just have fully moved on. But yeah, it's definitely a dangerous situation to be in. But I wish you the best of luck, and I hope this helped you. So thanks for tuning in for this episode of SexxxPerTease.